Today, Precarious plays
Metroid Prime 3, Corruption. Well, that was actually a lot more grim and grisly than I was expecting.
Yeah, weren't you trying to bring up the mood with some good news about Persona 5,
yeah,
right?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a whole Persona game between the one that I tried to play first and then the one I have successfully been playing more recently.
So you are a Persona 5 persona, but not a Persona 3 persona.
Yeah, and probably not even a Persona 4 person. Although, maybe I could check now, you know?
And not just be, like, feeling defeated at the outset. You could know, like, oh yeah, it's definitely the story. Immediately. You could kind of check and be like, hey, what are some of the things that happen in this game? And then they would be like, well, we just get together and spend the whole time being spooky and gothy and school spirity. And then they're like, wait, school spirity? Yes, we love the establishment. Oh.
Yeah, okay, so let me get back to my... I just want to scan those.
Ready, steady. Steady.
Do I, like... do that?
Wait, there. Patience.
Like I think I might be resetting the scan anyway. Okay. I need to look around more. So by including those cool upperclassmen and then putting a lot of school day pressure on you to sort of participate in the culture, I hated it, you know? Honestly, the school stuff, it felt like it was always just an obstruction. How do I... Oh, I tried doing that. Was it too close to a wall or something?
Maybe.
Well,
maybe your aim wasn't sufficient.
Here, I'm gonna try it over here just to see what happens. No, it worked there just fine. Who cares? I'm across. I felt very much like the game to me was Tartarus. I think that was the name of the dungeon environment. And Tartarus was not... It was fun mechanically, but it was not a fun place to be because it was very visually repetitive, and the main dungeon environment itself... Well, first off, it was like procedurally generated, right? Except for certain floors, where it's like, something big is going to happen here. It has a defined layout. It was school motif. It was like dark school motif, but still, you can't fool me. It looks, you can take all the walls and mush them around. Like somebody kicked over the Lego set and then tried to put it back together without reading the instructions. It's still made out of school bits, you know? Basically, I think that the switch here, the change is that in Persona 3, it was like, I need to do good at school so I can do good at school and go to a good college so mom and dad won't hate me. Although I don't think that's actually apt for your protagonist in that game, because I think that they are orphaned.
But that's the vibe, though.
Yeah, the vibe is definitely like, I need to go to school
fit in culture
and do school stuff because school stuff is important to do. In Persona 5, there is a brilliant cover for me, right? Where I don't feel like a tool for participating in all of the school stuff, because it's like, I had to come in, I had to study hard so I could make it to the top 10 of the midterms, which I did, thank you. I had to do that because now I have a cover. Officer, I couldn't have stolen that man's heart. With
I'm
these
a good
grades,
student.
yeah, I'm an honor student. With all of the studying I've done, there was no way I would have had enough time to ace all of my chemistry exams and do a mind heist.
Oh boy.
You know?
You know, that resonates with me so much. It's like, what? Me? Mischief? Not with these grades. Of course not. Never.
Yeah.
Perfect
yeah,
baby
it
angel.
is
That was my
truly.
school. That was my school strategy. I was like,
Yep.
no one will ever mess with me because I am such a sweet baby with the good test scores. You know, I can get away with whatever I want if I keep this shit up.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. feels real.
And it's just the Maladium. I don't think I've ever heard that name in Metroid Prime before.
Bad metal, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a good catch. Thank you. Kind of an energy shield. So the framing device.
Clearly, this is the source of the energy signature we detected. This generator is supplying power to the Leviathan's protective shield. You will be unable to destroy the generator with your current weapons. You must find a weapon capable of penetrating the generator's heavy armor.
Could you email me one? What you got for me? Oh, is that what I have to do? Hold on, did I scan that? It's kind of hard to tell when they put like a green outline around the orange hologram. Can I mush up against it? Okay, no, guess not.
Yeah, I think I saw... I don't know. Anyways, you were saying about the framing device for the Persona 5 game?
Yeah, so first off, there's a really great framing device for the story, which is immediately like much more gripping than anything, really, I feel like anything that I saw in Persona 3, because it is actually the first thing that happens, and I feel like we are probably the last two people on the planet that are alive today that would be interested in playing the game but have not already done so.
Yeah.
Because Persona 5 is super popular, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm getting it. Now I'm understanding why, because it's like, oh, I thought the people were just sort of like hooked into
Persona as like a brand,
or just like it's got attractive young people that are charming to hang out with, and it's got monster catching mechanics.
Yeah,
you know?
monster catch, attractive folks. Yeah.
What else do you need, right?
Yeah.
And now that I've put I think at least 50 hours into it so far.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed just about all of it. Has there been anything like? All of my complaints are feel either cultural or very, very specific, right?
Yeah, like this would not be on the score sheet for is good game, is bad game. It would be like, this is my personal ick.
This could have been done better here. Like, I think that what's probably my biggest actual problem with the game? I think my biggest actual problem with the game, it's the first thing that springs to mind is that it seems like there is a very narrow female beauty is expressed very narrowly. Whereas there are lots of different guys with lots of different body types, and they're all just like,
yeah, that's kind of sucky.
Yeah, they're all different versions of like this is an admirable, handsome gentleman, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, and this Hindu god of wrath is quite what did I think that they used the word in the bio, buxom?
Yeah.
I think that they used the word buxom, and it's like,
that is the
Japan?
same model. It is the same model as all of the other. We have one flavor of femme ice cream and like 10 flavors of masculine ice cream. How is that okay?
yeah, then that's a succinct way of describing it.
Yeah.
So that's a disappointment for me, just because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to poo-poo it. It's like, do I like having my Persona roster filled out with succubus, lamea, is any of the pretty ladies? Sure, it's a good time. I would be having more fun, just as like in a male gazy way, if they didn't all just look like Japanese 20-somethings that were cosplaying, like at a really high level, you know?
Yeah.
Really grade A cosplay work, but it's like,
still...
you know what? I don't know why I'm being so verbose about this. Give somebody a bit of ass, please. Give somebody a bit of ass. And it's also very kind of bizarre how it also is applied to the top shelf as well. It's not just the bottom drawer that's lacking. There are no, like, you'd think that like succubus would have
some
more
sort of
going
exaggerated
on up top, but it
literally is the same model.
Yeah, she's just good looking.
That's posed
you know?
differently and retextured.
Yeah.
Like, it's irritating. You were showing me, and I was just like, I mean...
Although I did find one. I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I found there's a witch who is very interesting and has a very different body type and body shape, where like her lower half, it's some sort of like amulet or some sort of charm, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's is one of my favorite designs so far, just because it was finally an example of like, oh, okay, so here's an example of a character that is supposed to be female, that has something different
Yeah.
going
and
on,
not
you know?
just we put the top half on a snake bottom.
Yeah, this is very
like
different, because
very
this is they put the top half in a, I'll just have to show you.
Yeah,
because
just show me.
A fear totem.
A fear totem?
A fear totem is the first thing that it's the best way I can think of how to describe it.
Now you have to show me, but maybe during the daylight. I don't know if fear totem is something I want to absorb at this hour.